Hey kids, good morning, Mark Miller here. Good afternoon, happy time zone to you wherever you are. Roy's not with me today, he's going to be here tomorrow. Looks like my volume's a little loud. Let me drop that down. And today we're going to work on conditions, visualizing conditions. We talked about that yesterday. I got to a point where I was like, oh, you know what? I think I got the artwork, figured out what it's going to be, and I'll show you what I ended up using. This is the glow for the background of the condition block. Condition block is going to look like this. That's it right there. So we're going to have those. We're going to visualize these different conditions depending on which ones are set. And what I want to do is I want to stack them up to the left of the nameplate. So here's the player nameplate. I want to stack them up right here, as many conditions as they have all the way to the top of the screen. I think there's a limit in terms of how many we can actually show, and we might put some logic in there to show only the dominant conditions. For example, what's going on here? I think unconscious overlaps with prone. There it is right there. Yeah, 14 and 11 overlap each other. So if you are unconscious, you're also prone, but we won't have to show the prone position there. So that's what I want to do. So I want to have that glow that you saw before behind it. I want to have these stack up. And I even want to have them kind of pop in from the side and snap in almost. I want to have them come in and land on top of the other piece. So each one will have a different velocities it comes in. It'll calculate the velocity needed to land, just like a perfect kind of landing on it. When it lands, we'll hear that kind of a clicking sound, which I don't have the asset for that yet. And then when the nameplate changes its width, we're going to move these, and I also want to kind of animate them as well, where I want to have the bottom one and then the other one slide kind of sequentially up there. So it kind of looks more natural, looks more responsive to the user interface. That's what I want to do. So I got 17 conditions here. The last one is dead. I did not have dead, I noticed here. So I think I'm going to add it. This is what I'm going to do. Let's do this. Let's take this off for a second. Duplicate this. We're going to call this dead. And I just wanted to use CodeRush's ability to figure out what number that was going to be there. We'll put this here. Let me kill the app that's running so we can make some changes. Fatigued implies exhaustion. There are multiple levels of exhaustion. I think there are like 6 levels. I might have somewhere else exhaustion levels. And here they are right here, 6 levels. And each one is cumulative. So when you get to exhaustion level 1, there's a disadvantage on ability checks. Exhaustion level 2, your speed is also halved. So you get this plus this, and then you just keep adding and adding until you can't move, and then you're about to die. So it's important to get some sleep in the game. That's the what's going on there. I am not showing the different exhaustion levels. I don't think I'm going to. I'm not sure how I'm going to get to this point for now. We need to communicate it. Let's work on the signal R side of things first. We need to send that signal down. Right now, we're sending over the targeting information and whether the player is targeted or not. Defluxk is out there. Hey, Deflux, welcome. Working on some Dungeons and Dragons user interface for a live Dungeons and Dragons stream, which is out here. If you're interested in D&D and you want to watch that live stream, the stuff we build on this show is going to show up on that show. So I've got conditions. I added dead here. Let's keep everything in sync. Let's go. That's in C#. Let's go over into TypeScript right here. Let's go find conditions and add that same condition there as well. So just stay in sync because we're sending the data down like this. Interesting. Hold on. I found a CodeRush issue here, I think. Let's record this issue here so we can fix it. All right, kids, I'm in C# and I want to duplicate. Oh, wait, never mind. I've got something missing here. I've got stunned, unconscious, sleep, and dead. Let's see. Do I have an issue here? Maybe it's not actually an issue. What did I have? Yeah, sleep I didn't have down here yet. Sleep is there. Okay. And then let's just see if we have an issue or not. So I'll duplicate this. Put a comment up there. Duplicate it. Yeah, I don't know. I think we do have an issue. All right. So at this point, I'm expecting it to figure out that I'm doubling here. So when I duplicate this, this should not be the difference between these two. It should be that I'm doubling. So that's the issue there. If I do that, just to be very clear, if I'm over here and I duplicate it, it correctly sees that I'm doubling up the value each time. CodeRush does see that. So in TypeScript, it does not. I'm expecting this to be that number right there. Okay, that's the issue. Let me record that. We are dogfooding CodeRush every day, and if we find an issue, we record it. And so that's what I'm going to do. This is for the devs. The devs get a link to this. Let's go this smart dupe line fails to detect doubling in TypeScript. That's my issue. If I put that text I just typed in into the chat room, like that, it'll send the issue over to our devs, and our devs will get the email for that. All right. So there we go. Conditions. We've added dead to it. So we've got a conscious, sleep, and dead. I want to tab to next reference on this. Nope. No one's using it. No one's using these yet. Okay. Conditions aren't being used. Or this is used here. I'm also making it a habit to clean up any of these that I see. Any of these suggestions. Where else is conditions used? So we're sending the character conditions down. We're not, are we actually copying them across? We are copying across, but we're not doing anything with them. Okay, let's look at where we're doing the player stats. Let's look at that class. Player stat manager. So here's where we take care of all of the stuff for, like, if we're ready to roll the dice or something along those lines. So if Miles is going to roll the dice. Whoops, let's go back up here. Kind of need to get that running. I'm going to start it standalone so I can demonstrate this. It's starting up. All right, so Miles is going to roll the dice. This guy can come up and we can give him advantage or disadvantage like that, and then say let's do a skill check and do like animal handling. So this class that I'm in, that I'm looking at here, the player stat manager, takes care of the showing the dragons or not, loading up the dragons. It also takes care of showing the targeting, the player targeting. So if I were to go in and say, I want to cast a spell that's going to affect Lady, it draws that right there, that little target on it. That reminds me, I got to go to the dice roller. I was doing some testing yesterday in the show. We forgot to undo this. Smoky portal. I want to rename this to Smoky Portal. And get random effect. These are the die removal effects. I want to look at each one of these. So if random is Less than 18, we do the bomb. Then we have colored smoke. Let's make this to 20. Goes to 20 colored smoke. Let's duplicate this and make this 27, 28. This is going to be the smoky portal. We make it 30. We'll give it a 10% chance of going. This has a 15% chance of going. So the bomb is there. This, let's drop bomb down as well. Let's make this 12 right here. Just because I don't like the colored smoke as much, but it's nice to see it every once in a while. And then we come out and choose a random one out of all of these right here. If we don't get one of those right there. We change this to that. Add 5 there. Add 5 there. Add 5 there. Add maybe 2 there. Okay. All right, so there I've changed that. That'll change up how the die is removed at the end. Nope. Dice. Can't navigate to the dice. What are my dice values? I see. Okay. Lassimat. Welcome, Lassimat. How you doing, my friend? Get those values defined but never used. Okay, so we got our conditions we're not really using. Player Stat Manager, I kind of want to bring them over here and put them into our player stats is what I want to do, which I think I was up at the top of the file. So here's the iPlayer stats. Here's where I want to do it. I want to put it here. So I want to send the conditions over like that. Let's go to Advantage Kind. We want to put it here. We want to copy this over. And doing better than yesterday. What about you? I'm doing maybe a little better than yesterday. Still have some congestion in my chest and, you know, a little tired, but okay. So not bad. I don't like seeing this in the code. Okay, let's keep going. Vantage. Make Vantage match. Let's see what's going on here. If only the Vantage is changed, we go here. So this is update player dice. This is when we're coming in here like this. I think I want code that looks like this. Hey, if this dot existing, no, I don't want this, sorry. If existing player stats dot conditions is not equal to the latest ones coming in dot conditions, then we want to call this dot update conditions. And we want to pass in existing, latest, the sound manager, and I get player X. Probably all of those things. But we also need something else, I think we're going to need. We need the I nameplate renderer. We definitely need that. So update player dice. Let's make, you know what, let's do this instead. Because this is not really, let's take this out of here. And let's put this in a, let's get something like this. Update player targeting. I'm going to duplicate this and say update player conditions. Like that. Keep all of that. I think we're going to need it all. And then here, I'm going to select all of this, duplicate this, and now we've got update player conditions. And now what I want to do is have that one line of code that I had before. Something similar to this. I guess we'll say, hey, if they're equal to each other, then we're going to return. Okay? And then here, we got to figure out what we're going to do. Just looking at this player index. Do we need player? Are we using player? We're not using player anywhere either. I can simplify this. Let's go find it up above and let's simplify it. I'm going to delete all of this for right now. I want to simplify this code a little bit. This is the code I'm talking about right here. This is this. Player ID I need. But I can take this and this and put it inside get player target X. So we come over here, we do this. We can get rid of player and player index. And then is players coming in? Players is not coming in, so you need to pass in players instead. So we got rid of player. Wait, is this right? Oh, we have multiples of these. Shoot. Should have checked all of those. So get rid of that. Get rid of player. And the other piece was player index. Player index, which is right here. Is that it? Get player X, player ID. Okay, that's better. I can fit all that on one line and see it. Okay, get rid of player index, and then that should work here too as well. Good, simpler. Oh, but we need to pass players into it. So players in at the end. There's players. That should work. Okay. So here's the code right here that we do need down below. We need to figure out where to draw, where the X position is. But instead of calling get player target X, I think I want to call get player condition X, like that. And this, I kind of want to just do this for now. It's one, get player target X. No, you know what? I can actually use the same one. But then I can just offset it. So the target X is where that target shows up. Right there, like for example, where lady is. Then I want to do something with it here. That's the plate adjust. So that's basically getting over to that left side of the plate. The plate adjust here is the -7. I'm wondering about that. I wonder if I should move that out. I'm thinking I'm going to move it out. So let's do that. We would call it plate margin, like that. So that's just going to move things a little bit to the, effectively to the right is what it's going to do. If I just make this like the positive, I can subtract it here. And that should work right there. We're doing a minus equals, which means it's still going to go push it that way. That's according to math in my head, at least. Calculator in my head says that's what's going to happen there. So now we've got get player X, and we can now offset it, take it back the other way to get right on that edge here. So we're going to say, here it is, update player conditions. So I'm going to rename this and call this the name plate left edge. Like that. And that's going to be equal to this minus all player stat manager dot what is it, margin, plate margin, like that. So that should be the nameplate left edge. All right. So now we know the conditions are not the same. I need to iterate through all of the conditions. And I don't know how to do this. I suspect I know. It's like properties or something. It's like a properties call or something on it. Let's see if I can figure it out with IntelliSense. Let's see if there's anything in here. I was thinking there's like a get properties on conditions here. Wait, what if I do the type? It's another call. Just notice dead is uppercase, sleep is uppercase. I think I need to make these case sensitive matches. Last one says, I'm amazed that you always have something to work on whenever I'm in here. I struggle often coming up with ideas to improve a project. Yeah, well, okay. I will say too, though, that I'm like, you know, never 100% certain what's gonna come out of this show. But look at my to-do list here. These are all checks, things that I need to fill in. So I'm not doing, if you look at this, it's like, how well am I doing? Not well. I'm going to make these, I think I want these conditions to match. Since I'm sending them over now, I'm going to be sending conditions over using JSON. I want them to be case-sensitive matches. So I want to uppercase all of these is what I want to do. I'm just going to hit rename. I don't think any of them are used anywhere else. I don't think I'm really using these yet down below in TypeScript, but I'm going to do rename on all of them. So I think what I want to do is for each one of these, I want to iterate through each one of these possibilities and then handle that. Oops, I'm not sure what's happening there. I think I hit the wrong button. And then handle that individually. So we're going to check to see is frightened changed, is fatigue changed. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to need to, that's not what I want, deafened, charmed, blinded. By the way, really cool thing here, when we're in this mode, if I hit home, caret goes right to the beginning of the line. It's right at the beginning of the selection. Makes it easier to modify and work with. And then none. So now we have an enum here that is case-sensitive match to the enum here. The order is the same. The number should be the same. Everything should be the same about those two right there. Yeah. Last one's asking, hey Mark, any reason why you used a binary system for the numbers? Because it was fast and easy to do. And when I say fast and easy, what I mean is I was using CodeRush. I was using duplicate line in here. So we were going to take these right here, and I start right here. I duplicate the line, see what's happening. CodeRush figures that out for me automatically. So it was like, okay, I just did it, right? However, I could have equally, and because I started here, right, that kind of set the precedent. But if I was instead something like this, what, 0x 32 is what? 1000, I think, and I duplicated that and got to 0f2000 like that. Then and then we made this one 4. Once we get to here, now CodeRush is like, I got you. So I could do something like this, you know, whatever, like that to duplicate, work my way through. So I could have done it. Yeah, it's a nice feature. It's just duplicate. It's duplicate, smart duplicate line, and so. The reason I did it is because I didn't have to think to do it, I guess, is the answer to the question. I was just like, bam, 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 bam. And I started with a non-thinking place as well. I just did 1, 2, 4. So it was actually faster and easier for me to get to here. However, I recognized that if I was doing this by hand, switching to hex or binary, I suppose, hex would be probably better, right? Binary is potentially also an option in these situations. And smart duplicate line recognizes both binary and patterns as well as hexadecimal ones. Okay. So I got my conditions. I need to send them across. And I just finished adding them to players. Let's go over here. It's player stat manager right there. I added them to player stats right here. Copying them across there. If they're equal, good. And now I need to iterate through all the elements in an enum. So I'm going to type in TypeScript, iterate all elements enum. That's what I want to do. 32 is missing now. Oh, thanks so much. You're right. It was grappled, right? That's what it was. Good job saving me. There it is, right there. All right, cool. Let's make sure, you know. that we got it here. We do. You know, just get a little anxious sometimes when, you know, I see something happening. Oh, I better check it the other place too. Okay. So this is the stuff. We kind of have to fix this right here. I want to comment this out. This I'm going to change where we actually are going to assign the conditions over. Knowing the difference is going to tell us what to do at each time. So we'll have blocks that'll like maybe go away and other blocks on top will fall down. That's kind of what I want. I want it to look kind of natural and dynamic, a little spongy, that sort of thing. Ruben 258 is with us. Ruben, welcome. How are you doing? I'm in TypeScript right now, trying to create some great UI to represent Dungeons & Dragons conditions. That's what I'm trying to do. Over here in the C# side of things, I want to go to player stats. Right there. And we want to come in here and we want to create conditions. Like that. I want to go to everywhere I see Vantage. I'm going to need to create something similar to this called toggle condition. It's going to have a player ID and the conditions I'm going to toggle, I guess. It's going to be set condition or toggle condition. It's going to be one of these conditions, I think. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm good. Enjoying my CodeRush extension. All right, cool, Ruben. Well, let me know if you have any questions. And I'll try to point out things as well. If this is if you're a first-time user or a new user to it. So I'm going to get this. I don't care about the dice stack or adding d20s. I think the code is going to look like this. If the existing conditions and this condition equals this condition, that means that set bit is set, in which case I want to clear it. My conditions are equal to my conditions, and I am a little rusty on binary operations, but I think I want it like that. Is it not this symbol? What is it? Is it the tilde? I get it. I'm not getting it. Okay. This I think I need to put in parens. Oh, sorry. And I need to do this. Single. Right there. Screwshot says, how do you do a Boolean property? Here's how you create a Boolean property. A couple ways to do it. But if you just want a regular one, it's just PB like this. Right? And so you get something like this. It gives you your backing store right here. It puts it where the other backing store is found. So I can say my prop like this. Okay, that's a way to do a Boolean property, for example. I can also come in here, and if I want to auto-implement it, I type in AB. So PB, property type Boolean, gives me a regular Boolean one. I tried PB, but I got some class. Let's figure that out. You got to be inside a class to do it. Can't be outside. If you're up here, does this do anything? No, nothing. A couple things. It could also be that IntelliSense is suggesting something for you. So, like, if I were to hit tab, it gives me player button right here. If that's the case, we need to turn off an option. I think it's in here. Wait, we may give you access to it in the setup wizard. Is that true? I don't think so. Wait, hold on. There may be a CodeRush option. I just have to remember where it is. I think what's happening is Visual Studio's IntelliSense is taking over. Here we go. Look at this page in the options dialog. Type in IntelliSense here. Come down to IDE IntelliSense, wherever that is. It's down here in the IDE group. IntelliSense. One of the options is always expand templates. The problem is that if you have this option selected, you have to press escape to close IntelliSense when you need to expand into template. So this is when the template expansion is the space key. Well, the space key, I guess either one will work. But this is the option you want to change. Screetrat, see if that works for you. Again, it's on IDE IntelliSense page. It's that first one right there. Cool, that was it. Cool. Yeah. So that's going to help you right there. There's also other variations of it. If you want read only, you can type in RB like that. And so that's going to give me my read only version of it right there. Although I'm noticing I'm getting something wrong here that I'm unexpected. Let me report this issue because I'm expecting the property name field variable to be right there. All right, so let me report that. All right, guys. So RB template doesn't put the backing store right here. It's leaving it empty for me. You know, whatever I type in here should be also here. That whatever should be here. So that's wrong. I contend that's wrong. Let's see what the write-only version of it does. RB, WB. The WB one looks right. My prop, there it is right there. So that one looks good. But the other one does not. So look at RB templates. Those need to be fixed. There's also, do I have like RB comma? Yeah. So here's RB comma. This one's kind of interesting. So read only Boolean, and if I put a comma, it generally means create a smaller template or a template that does less. What this means by less is it actually doesn't put any code in there. There's no backing store. There's no field. So that's what the comma means. A lot of templates you can add a comma at the end to get a smaller version of it. And so that's what RB comma is. RB comma gives you that. And I think also PV comma will give you similarly something similar. You get your throws right there. By the way, it's giving me these because I think these are my options, right? To create these inline for the getters and setters. And if I turn that off, it should give me the standard ones. You might get some different expansion there. Okay. Hopefully that will help you out, Screetrat. Let me know if you have any other questions. Anybody else watching? I can also use, instead of the letter B, I can use S for string, for example, and about 100 other standard abbreviations for common types. Like if I want a property of type date time, I type in PD8 like that. And it gives me a date time with backing store right there that you can see. Okay. All right. So back to work here. Player stats. Let's go find conditions where I was working on that piece. All right, it was here. So if the bit is set, then I want to undo it. Is that really it? I think that's the not operator, bitwise not. Don't worry, Coding Gorilla's here. He's going to help us. Fred, right behind you, man. It's Coding Gorilla. Coding Gorilla's here. Fred's excited. Okay, I need to get down in that code down. I also need to find out bitwise not operator. Oh, look who's coming in at the same time. It's Jetsam. Hi, Jetsam. Jetsam, you always are trying to hit me in the face with your wings, man. C#. Whoops, I got close, but not quite enough. All right. Is it the one we guessed? It looks like it is. It's a compliment. So we guessed right. Everybody's showing up. Shooting by on his train. Sorry about that. I muted myself for a second. All right, so I got the compliment, and I'm pretty sure, and now the stream's going to be awesome. Hide fast, says Lassimate. Yep. Did I miss anything? It looks like I like it that it queues them all up. Yeah, we got that. We do every once in a while we do something that's not bad, right? That's kind of the goal. In fact, a lot of the stuff I try to do on here is let's make it look and feel natural. how do we do that programmatically? Because the very nature of code and programming is, you know, is not natural. There's inherently no acceleration, deceleration. There's no sequencing, natural sequencing of things where this will move and then that'll move and then this will move. So we have to build and put all that stuff in there. Is it just me that expects something smoothie related for Mr. Smoothie? Oh yeah. Maybe if Mr. Smoothie comes in another character, then we get a different one. Almost like there's a plan and a design. Says Jetsam. Yeah, okay, so it looks like this code is likely going to work. My memory seems to be serving me. What's this say here? Use compound assignment. Oh, let's see what that does for us. Can we get it? What's it going to look for like? Oh, it's that. Oh, of course. Okay, cool. All right, nice. All right, I like it. I think there's a shorter way to do this. And I have a suspicion that Coding Gorilla knows how to do it. But like a has flag or something like that. Call. Should I even try to see? Oh, look at that. There we go. It says if I know what I'm doing. As if. Yeah, speaking of which.
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know what he's doing!
It's 100% true. We are just moving through this entire show using...
Force and ignorance!
That's what we're doing, kids. But you're here with me. You're here to keep me on track. Looks like that code is correct. So if we have the flag, then we clear the bit. Otherwise, we're going to set the bit. Like that. Gosh, I look like I'm a binary mathematician with this code. I think I'm right on this. And there, we're done. So we've got toggle condition, I think, is done. We'll have to test it. Hopefully we'll get all this done today. I have to, yeah, I've got a hard ending date in about, an hour and 15 minutes, roughly. So I don't know if we'll get everything I want to get done today done. So hopefully we will. So we've got toggle condition. Let's kind of back up and look where we're using this. We're in main window here, toggle ready to roll D20. We're going to go in here to kind of duplicate this. We're going to call this toggle condition like this. It'll have a player name. It'll have two pieces coming in, the player name and the condition like this. That's what's going to come into it. Then we're going to call toggle condition, and we need to, I think I have D&D utils to condition? I do not, but I'm going to basically do a string to condition thing inside of D&D utils to get that. That's what I'm going to try and do. So let's build that. Declare method. I got some other stuff in here that I think is similar that I want to base it on. Actually, not quite there. I didn't put it in the right spot. I'm looking for something that returns an enum. Here we go. This is what I want. Something like this. I want to do this. That's my code right there. I'm going to call the get element, which is just to drill into that. You can see what's going on. We do a try parse. It's all of this right here. It's generic, which is kind of cool. Oh, it looks like I'm trimming already. And I'm replacing any spaces with an empty space. So sometimes, for example, I might have an enum element that's like, that looks like, you know, all I can think of is right now is hello world, like that. And I have an enum element like that, and so what that means is it will convert the string hello world with the space in it to this right here if it exists. So that's what's going on there. So we're going to do that, and here, and get rid of that. So now we've got two conditions, should work. Maybe two conditions, like that. And I'll do the same thing here. Hopefully that will work. it is not. Yeah, I'm going to rename this. This is going to be a single condition coming down. And I think I'm going to also do this just to indicate that it's not going to be able to handle, you know, ORed lists of elements here. So we're going to say toggle condition. We're good there. Where's this thing being called from? Change player state command. We've got different commands here. And we're going to take two things in here. We're going to take the data and the condition. Right here, coder's template is useful as VS, like that, for variable type string. And so we're going to call this the condition. And that should get us there, right? No, where were we? Toggle condition needs to be public. There it is. Okay, now we found it. All right. Next, I need a toggle condition stream deck command. I added this debounce code for a one-time condition I saw once while debugging, and I'm like always wondering about it when I see it. I'm going to clear out that code here. We're going to call this toggle condition command, and I don't need any of this time-related stuff. I don't need this. I don't need this. We're going to change this to toggle condition, like that. I don't need that. And we're going to pass in two pieces of data here. We're going to pass in the player name followed by the condition string, like this. That's what we're looking at. So we're looking for something that says toggle condition followed by one word, followed by one or more spaces and another word. That's what we're looking for there. There's our regex. Let's declare both of these. And we don't need target number string. So group number 1 is going to be the player name, and group number 2 is going to be the condition string, like that. Okay? All right, there's toggle condition command. Got to move that type to its own file. We need to register this because it's a stream deck command. So the fastest way to do that is just tab to next reference on this, find the registration, duplicate that, and then paste and hit enter. So notice I'm here. I just hit shift enter to duplicate the line. Let me do it one more time so you see how fast that is. Duplicate the line, paste, and then enter. I'm done. Okay, or escape, whatever I want to do. Okay, so there's my toggle condition command. That is now working. And then the last thing I need to do is I need to send it down, is what I need to do. So let's see what's going on here. What's happening here? Toggle ready to roll, D20. Then we call update UI for all player stats and update UI player state in game. I want to do those two manually at the bottom of this. Whoops, not there, under toggle condition. So the UI is updated. I think that's it for the C# side of things. Let's run it and see if we at least get a compile. We can set a breakpoint in here. And we'll test it. We'll see if it works. Meanwhile, to set up the test, let's open up our Stream Deck software. Let's add a place for talking about conditions. I think we're going to do it for each player. So here we're with Fred, and somewhere in here, maybe here, I'll do it. I'll create a folder. Let's go ahead and set the icon for it. Let's grab I think I actually need a different icon for this. Conditions is what I need. Can I make one really quickly or not? No, it looks like I have to start up an app. I'll use that for now. It's not my favorite. But, oh wait, I have an idea on how I can do this quickly. Let's do this. Let's copy this. Paste it. And just call it conditions. Like that. Let's double click on it. Or let's right click it and choose open. Okay. All right, that's not bad. I think I'm just going to throw the word conditions out here too as well. Wait, let's do one more thing here. I want to bring this up to 144 by 144, like that. Then we have a sharper text for the word conditions at least. Okay, save it, and let's use that one instead. Okay, so now we've got our button that says conditions. Go inside here, and now we want something that is similar to something like this. Let me just copy this. So I've got that as my piece there. Paste it in there. Let's go in and grab another icon. So we'll choose blinded. Get rid of this. The text we need is, I got a build canceled. Hold on. What's wrong here? Got a problem. What is my problem? File is locked. Ah, I see why. Because it's running standalone. All right, let's try again. Meanwhile, while that's starting up, wait, what's the text? I want to get the right text here. I think it's toggle condition is what it is. So it's going to be toggle condition, Fred, blinded. Like that. That's what this one's going to be. We'll copy that, paste that over here, and now we're going to change this. After blinded, you've got charmed. Change this to the word charmed. Like that. Maybe make one more for testing here. Paste. And this one's going to be charmed, not dead, deafened. I've been deafened there. All right, so now we got some buttons. I think we got breakpoints. Yep, we got a breakpoint right there. So let's hit the button and see what happens. Hit blinded. Nice. Sweet. All right. Let's see what we got. Step down here. Got the player ID. Fred's player ID is 4. We're going to go toggle condition. Okay, we're doing this. Click here to evaluate. Blinded. Nice. So it gets it there. That's what we want. Step it inside. Player stats. If it has it, no, it does not. Then it's going to. So now we should see this switch to blinded as soon as I hit F10. There. Good. So that part worked. Okay. I want to set a breakpoint in here. This is really the more interesting. I want to just make sure all our bit clearing and setting logic works. I'm going to hit charmed next. Clear that breakpoint. All right, so now we should see that we're already blinded, and now when I execute this line of code, this should be blinded or charmed. Sweet. All right, cool. Run. And I'm going to hit deafened. Come in here, we should see the same thing. Go to deafened. Now it's got those 3 states. Now I'm going to hit charmed and see if it toggles it for Fred. Here we go. We should see it removed this time. This charm should go away. Uh-oh. Is that going to work or not? It worked. Sweet. That not conditions. -3. It was, I'm not sure about that. I guess that does make sense. I guess we'll just have to be like, trust that makes sense. I guess when I say I'm not sure about it, I'm not saying I'm not sure if it's right or not. What I'm saying is I'm not sure if the way Coders is displaying this number is correct. That's what I'm not sure about. Because you can only apply the binary operator to an integer. Yeah, like what happens, I'm wondering if we go into our watch, what's going to happen if I come in here and I say I want to look at conditions of -3. What is that going to give me? I'm not sure what's going on with that. Conditions is a type which is not valid. It's an enum though, in the given context. I can't cast the -3. Do I have to put this in parens as well so it knows it's a -3? Oh, okay. So there's really no other way to show it, I guess. Because it's a bitwise complement. Whoops, I didn't want to delete that. I wanted to delete this. Okay, I guess the best we can do. All right. Good, so that code seems to be working. Let's run it like one more time. Let's go in one more time. I'm going to turn off blinded, so we should be left only with deafened after we exit this code. So here we go. Yep, only deafened. Good. All right, so we're good there. And toggle condition is always going to result in a change, which means this code's always going to send something out over here. All right, I'm just going to hit run, and I want to set a breakpoint here. Just step through this one more time, hitting charmed again. Step, step, step. Okay, just want to make sure we're hitting all of those. All right. Next, I think it's time to move down to, yeah, Coding Gorilla says it's not really -3. It's a binary representation of a 32-bit value with that specific bit off. Yeah, no, I kind of get that. Yes, agreed. Right. On to TypeScript. This is where the hard work is, right here. Update player conditions. This is where we need to do something. I say at the very least, let's just get something on screen. Let's do that if we can. And then we'll work from there. So we've got Fred first. So we'll be showing it for him first. We need to actually load up those sprites. So let's declare them. You'll just call it conditions like that. Come on. This dot, this is equal to new sprites, and got to find that base animation name. Expected frame count. Well, let's start looking at that. What do we got? So this is the base animation name right here. It's going to be conditions/conditions is what it will be. That's the folder name, and this is the file name. And we have go from 0 to 16, so we have 17 frames of animation. Animation style, no wait, sorry, frame interval is good, it doesn't matter. I'll just say FPS 30. Animation style, and we're going to call it static, meaning it's not going to do anything. Pad Boolean index does not, nope, it's going to be false. So we don't need anything else. So that's going to give me my condition sprites up. I want to specify, I think, my origin, X and Y. And I think it's going to be the bottom right. And I'm going to line that bottom right up with the bottom right of the nameplate is what I think I'm going to do. So can you cure blindness with a blind spell? I don't think you can do it. Tessel-Rex, or Tessie-Rex. You getting that right? Tessel-Rex? No, you can't do it with a blind spell that I know of, but I think you can cure blindness with other spells. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. Oh, this looks off to the right a bit. It's not too bad, but I should think about fixing that. All right, so yeah, those look good. So I'm going to set it to the bottom right. What are the dimensions of this thing? I think it's 102 by 102. Yeah, that's it right there. So origin X is equal to 102, and origin Y is equal to 102 as well. Okay, so there's my conditions. I need to paint and draw them. The nameplate's being loaded automatically because we're adding it to the nameplate highlight collection. And I think I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say create a condition collection like that. And let's go back to where we were before, right here. We're going to say this dot condition collection equals, well, we got to do 2 things. Unbelievable. What's unbelievable? Those pictures are nice. Yeah, they look good, don't they? I'm finally happy with them. It was Rory's suggestion yesterday, which was to fill them in, coupled with this kind of a subtle but natural block background with rounded corners. So when they stack, it should be interesting. There's a tint in the red direction, which I can change based on player color, so we can make these look customized to each player. I made a few things different, like to differentiate between prone and unconscious. Unconscious used to have X's, but I changed it to those eyes. And prone to show that you're still awake, I made the eyes there. So I made a few minor changes to it. No, I don't like the Band-Aid here because Band-Aids didn't exist in the old days, in medieval times. But everything else, corks and blindfolds, all of the others seem to work. I also changed poison so it looked like the eyes were a little drippier. So, in general, not too bad. And actually, I think they're among the best I've seen. Still would love to find out who did the originals so I can attribute and or license, as appropriately. But I actually did a search for the image. I couldn't find did an image search, couldn't find it anywhere else. So I have no way to know, who created these. But yeah, I love them. I think they're great. So anyway, hopefully, at some point in time, the author will reach out and we'll be able to figure something out, I suppose. Okay. Anyway, new collections. We need a new sprite collection like that. We're going to create that up. We're going to come in here. We're going to say push or add like this. We're going to add those sprites, condition sprites like that. There's there's a background for these as well. I think I'm not going to add it now, but I'll add it in a minute. We do need to make sure that this condition collection is drawn. So we won't see it otherwise. So when we draw, we need to say, okay, let's draw these like that. I actually want to do it where we're drawing the player targets because this is the layer above. Right here. Draw top level status. So inside there, we're going to have the sprites, the target sprites, and the condition collection is going to draw itself as well. Anything else I need? I don't think so. I might need to do some movement, to be fair, actually. because we're going to move these around, we might need to get this out in the update. Update screen. This update positions call right here is what I may need for the conditions if we're going to give them movement, which we are. So we're going to do this. I need that to be with my condition collection. I think I need to also go back up. What's wrong here? Do I not have an update positions on it? Well, am I in the wrong class? What's going on? Oh, I'm in Dragon Front Grain. Sorry, hold on. Not sure how I got out here. Player Stat Manager. Sorry. I want to be down in this space here. Update. Here we go. That's what I want. Something like that here. So it's just going to go through, take care of its stuff. I need to also similarly extract just this selection as a method. I want to. Well, I'll spit it out here and we may recycle this later. Disable gravity and moves is equal to true. We need those lines, those 2 lines of code there that we need to do. Why not? I'm right here. Let's go ahead and do this now. Let's create the second set of these. This is going to be in conditions / glow / and what's the file name? It is condition glow. This is the background glow for the condition. Like that. Its frame count is 90. So 3-second long animation. It is a loop. Its origin X and Y, we'll find out what they are. If we're lining up to the bottom right, it's going to be right about there, which is 247, 245. 247, 245. And we're going to call this condition glow. Like that. We're going to pop it there. We've added it to the collection. Let's go up here, duplicate this, call that condition glow. And now we've got these 2 pieces. So those are our images. Next, we need to add those. Going to work our way back down here. This is the right time for this. You think, oh, that's too much. Too much pudding. That was some yummy pudding. Best moment of your day, I mean. It could be. Hopefully I'll have a little bit better moment than this. Hopefully. All right, so now we need to work with conditions and condition glow. That's what we need to do. We're going to be calling like add shifted on it, on both of them. We're going to need to get our hue shift, figure out what that is. And we need to iterate through all of the enum values. One Shield's now following. Thanks for the follow. How's it going today? Pretty good. We are working on visualizing conditions. And I'm actually really For the first time since, you know, I've been looking at condition icons, I'm actually pretty satisfied with the icons we have. These are the icons that we have for it to show the different conditions. And we're going to just stack these up. I think they're about as small as I can get and still have the text readable and be in that medieval font that we've been using right up there. And if we couple it with some good animation and UI, I think it's going to look super cool. So I'm excited about that. That's what we're doing. So we're trying to actually get those and put those up right now. We're going to stack them up to the left of the nameplate. So if the nameplate changes size, we'll move them. We want to stack them up here. I think it's going to take maybe 2 shows to get these working exactly the way I want it to work. And I have limited time today. I've only got 1 more hour, I believe. Oh, no, wait, that's not right. I have less than that. I have about 48 minutes is what I have. So we'll see what we can do. We need to iterate through. I like this. I like that. Let's see if that works. So let item in conditions. If it's not a number. Uh-oh. Is number with uppercase, is that global? Looks like it's working. What's going on with item here? For const. Okay. All right. For const item in conditions, then we've got the item of what it is. So now, then we want to say, okay, we need to check to see if that bit is the same in both. So I think it looks like this. I don't know. Let's actually ask the internet. Bitwise and operator in TypeScript. It's probably just the single ampersand. Works same as in C#. Perfect. All right, that's what I want to know. Nice. All right, so then it's going to look like this, I believe. If this and item is not equal to the other one and item, then we've had a change. Do I need to put these in parens? Probably put them in parens. That's what I need to do. Item. Do I have to do this? Is that going to help me? Nope. Didn't like that. Nope. All right. Then if it's not a number and item is conditions, can I do that? No. It just needs a paren. Is instance of, sorry, instance of. I'll get there. Okay. No, no, and no. It's not working for me. How do I get an item that's a condition down there? What is condition? It's an enum. What if I said this? I feel like I have to do it in 2 steps. I have to get it to an any first and then to into the condition, I think. Equals item as conditions. Please work. Oh, come on. It's not like a conversion of type string to item condition may be a mistake. Oh, this is a string. Hold on. Is it conditions of item? Is that going to work? What's this thing over here? is declared, but its value is never read. Got that. Type string is not assignable to type conditions. Let's get back out of here. Let's go back to where we were. I need to get the element. So with the console log, this part's working because it's getting me strings. My enum. Probably to parse it to int and then cast to conditions. You think it's a string that's a number? I don't think it's a number. If it's not a number, so what's happening is they're doing this right here. They're saying, if I just do this, it gives me this. Okay, so I need something that says TypeScript enum name to enum value, right? Something like that. Enums in TypeScript are really odd because they don't technically exist in JavaScript, so they're much harder to work with. Yeah. Get names of enum entries. No, I don't want to do that. TypeScript convert enum name to enum value. Can I get that? There we go. That's my string to enum. I feel like I did have that code. What's my problem here? I got to prefer const. What's this? Conditions declared but value never read. Is that my only problem? Is it just that it hasn't been used elsewhere? In other words, my code is correct? What is it? What is it here? String is not assignable to conditions. Conditions of item. Well, I've got 117 here that says this doesn't work. For me, this worked. Ooh, I'm liking that. What's that do? Let's look at that a second here. Okay, that feels and looks a little bit better. What's going on here? Use as any. Conditions as any. It's like unexpected any. All right, so is it just the parens then if we do that? No, it doesn't like it. Look at that. Wow. I wonder if there's a better way. What you got here? Key of, type of. How do I convert a string to an enum in TypeScript? Is that what I'm looking at? I think I'm looking at the exact same code. Yeah. No, thanks there, Dapper Mickey. That's what I'm looking at. A little bit more down. Okay. Got someone with a lot of... I'm looking for someone with a bunch of entries in it. 40 here. Green as key of, type of color works. That's the string. Let's look at that as a possibility here. So I think that is now this here. Green is the string, and then the type of is conditions, if I'm getting that correctly. Any better? Nope. Type none is not assignable to type conditions. Item as key of, type of, conditions. Is that what I have? I wrote the same thing as you have, right? Item as key of, type of, conditions. Yeah, conditions. Look at this. And then Conditions item as key of type of conditions. Hold on. It's a new syntax change. That works great. I think you're showing, hold on. I'm missing the conditions at the beginning, right? So it's like, if we're clear about this, it's conditions. If I'm reading this right in the chat room, that's what I'm needing. Holy cow, did we get it? With no errors? Okay, that looks like that might be it. Does that look right to you, chat room? So you tell the string to be a key of the type, then you want to get the value of the condition where the key is that item. All right, appreciate it, Dapper Mickey. I think you just saved us. Thanks, Coding Gorilla, as well. Okay, so there we go. So now we're checking to see if that bit is different. If the bit's different, then we want to do something. We need to do either, let's see here. We need to see if it's set. So I'm going to say if I need parens. I think I need parens here. All right. So if the bit is set, right, then we need to clear the condition animation. That's what we need to do. Otherwise, we need to create the condition animation. Okay? That's what I think is happening there. Wait, so we're not using ifs? Mind equals blown. We're using ifs. I got some ifs in here. Okay. So, if we're going to create it, we're down in using in this space right here. We're going to do add shifted, pass it some data on both of these. That's going to throw the animations up. Do I need any more of this? Well, there's some example stuff here. We've also got our bottom aligned nameplate Y kind of position here. We need some positioning here. I'm going to call this the bottom let's make it 1080. Bottom edge wide there. Condition, we need to get the X position. Do I have it already? Nameplate left edge. So we'll say add it there. The Y is going to be the bottom edge Y. Hue shift. It's going to be constant hue shift. That's going to be equal to this dot get hue shift. I think I got to get hue shift in here. I don't. Thought I had it. Let's go search for hue shift. See what I'm thinking I'm missing here. Oh, I know where it is. It's in the in-game creature manager is where it is. Okay. So, all right, let's see if we get another example. Here we go. We're looking for something like this. We've got players we're passing in at the end, I think. There it is right there. Okay, so that code can work down here. I'm going to change this to a let instead of a const. Oof! More than 1,000 lines of code in one file. Yep. That is an oof, I suppose, as well. You want to really get your get your oof on? Take a look at this file. This is my main window up here. Part of the reason for this too It's a lot. Part of the reason for this is that this is not an app that I'm selling or have any pressure on to save lives or anything along those lines. It's simply what I'm doing here during the show. I'm using this app here. So as a result, I'm focusing more on where I can get the bang for the buck for people who are watching. And watching me, refactor this is, I think, useful sometimes, but a lot of times I'll just be like, let's get through and just get the thing working here. So what did I want to do? I want to say this is equal to 0 right here. The other thing is I've noticed that, at least for my current setup, it's hard for me to add new files. So in this file, I've got several classes. Normally I have one class per file, but to add because this is actually running in the live stream, this code is running in the live stream, I have to shut a lot of things down if I want to add a new file to the project system. So what I'll do often is if I need a new class, I'll just stick it in the same file. And again, because I'm really only developing this live during the stream, the tendency is for files to grow in size. So yeah, I acknowledge that it's not great. I'm a big fan of keeping things small and easy to read and organized as well. But I've been I'm going to say not following that procedure here. All right. So at any rate, that was me explaining why things are not beautiful all over the place in the code. They're not all the way beautiful all over the place, but I get it. Streamed a bit, and it's always more fun to watch somebody make something as opposed to watching somebody spend 20 hours refactoring stuff that already works. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. And I would like to find a way out of that a little bit. And part of that solution actually falls on our plate. When I say our plate, I mean the CodeRush team plate, the plate of the CodeRush team. If we can make the tooling better down in TypeScript, as good as it is up in C#, then we can start cleaning some of this stuff up. Anyway, that'll come in the future, I think. Something open source it and will help. It is open source, but it's not entirely open source. The assets, the image assets for all of the stuff that we're showing on here are licensed, and I cannot share those. So they're licensed only to me. So while I put all the source code up there, it is. I'll throw you the link to it. Here it is out here. So this Mr. Announcer Bot piece right here. This is all the source code that I've got in here. But it's hard to run, hard to test because you don't have the image assets. The last time somebody did it, we added some blocks in, some conditional compiler defines so that you could say, hey, I don't have any image assets, and it would still kind of compile and run. But it's so visual, being able to really test it is difficult. So yeah, I acknowledge that there are some inherent blocks to the code getting better. Dapper making, I acknowledge it, and there's not much I'm doing. I can't do much other than say, yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit right now. But on the good side of things, the pieces that are working pretty well. So I'm running with those pieces. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm adding a condition here. I want to get the result of this. This is going to be a sprite proxy coming back. And on that sprite proxy, I want to say, hey, your data is equal to, I want to tie it back to the player ID. Is what I want to do. So we're going to be able to find it later if we need to. The other piece that I realize we need here is we need to figure out the frame index. This is going to be a little tricky, especially to do it in 1 or 2 lines of code. I think it can be done. I'm not sure how, but it's going to look like this. Frame index. We need to get the index of this item. Oh, I could do this. This could be an easy way to solve it. Come in here, say index. Set that equal to 0. And then just increment it each time we end the loop. like that. So now with that index, I don't really need the frame index anymore. Let's call this just, we'll rename this to frame index. And now when we call add shifted here, I want to pass in that frame index, starting frame index. That should actually be here, not there. Okay, good thing we looked at that. Otherwise, it was going to be like weird, and it would have taken a while to figure that out. Okay, so there's my frame index, and then my hue shift is there right next to it. Okay, the frame index is going to be which one of these we're going to show. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're expecting this to start at blinded and end with dead. Just like if we go and drill into conditions, the first one is, uh-oh, it's none. Okay. How do I want to solve that? Do I really want to have a none entry in here? I think it's none. I think I'm going to do this. If it's not a number, so item is like a string, I think is what item is, right? Well, I guess we'll do this right here. If condition is not equal to conditions dot none, then we skip that first one. Like that. Okay, so that gets us past the none. The frame index should be correct if the order of these matches. And I think that does, it's mostly alphabetical with sleep and dead being added at the end. Right there, because these are the standard ones, and then these two are added because it is a condition that actually can happen because of spells. So there's the frame index there, and then we want to do the same thing down here. So we'll be able to figure out two things from the sprite. Its data will be the player ID of the player, and its frame index will be the bit of condition that we are, should be the same as the bit. It should equal to that integer bit, I think. Or, well, no, it won't actually. It won't equal the bit because whatever that number is, I think is going to be this number off to the side. But we'll be able to figure it out from the index. I think we'll be able to get to it once we have that. And we need that here to be able to clear that condition. So we need to find it that way. Okay. So add shifted. Throw the same parameters at it. And we have the same kind of thing at the beginning. We'll call this the glow. And then we're going to say glow.data is equal to player.id. I think that's going to show it. I think let's just try that. Let's try a refresh on that. That's the front overlay. Let's see if we can get anything showing at all. It won't be clearing. Looks like I need to restart the, it looks like we lost signal R. So I'm going to restart my D&D app. Got about 25 minutes to get something going here. Okay, let's try it. I'm hitting blinded for Fred. Okay. I'm not sure why we've got the flashing, but I do like that I'm seeing the Fred there. Is what I do like. Let's figure out the flashing. Also, that thing should be drawn behind it. Let's figure out what's going on with that. I've got 90 frames of animation here for condition glow. I also like that it's shifted color into Fred's color, which is blue. So that part's cool too. Expected frame count is 90. That's going to make a difference there. Also, when we draw it, we actually want to change the order in which we add these. So that's going to take care of our Z order. They're going to be drawn in order. So we draw the glow first, the animation next. Also, it's not quite lining up. I want to take this and I want to add a bit to it. It looks like it's about maybe 7 to each one. So I'm going to say 54 right there and 52 for the origin of that. And that should shift it up. So let's refresh that. And let's hit the button to do charmed this time. Oh, got to do the that. Now hit charmed. There we go. Oh, we are getting it's kind of going away. What is going on with the disappearing? It does look cool though. I'm going to do deafened next. Let's see if we can figure out why that's not that's doing that kind of weird painting. Condition collection. Draw top level status. I'm sensing an error. Let's go look at this in here and see if we can find any issues with this. Okay, inspect. Yep, we got something. Build a little resource, condition glow 1. Image provides in the broken state. Ah, it's happening every 3 seconds, isn't it? We get the error every 3 seconds. Let's go back and look at the artwork here. What's going on? I've got 89. I got 0 to 89. That should be exactly 90. Should work for the number of frames on that condition glow. Yeah, I'm telling it I got 90 frames. And it's a loop. That should all totally work. Glow, condition glow. Why are we having trouble? And what's this? Failed to load a resource. Sensor 44 not found. Conditions glow. That's wrong. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I know what the problem is. True. That's it. It's a problem right there. We do need to pad that one. That's what we forgot. Okay. Close that down. We'll test that on the live stream to verify that's correct. It's just not finding those earlier messages here. Front overlay, refresh. Refresh. And now I'm going to hit charmed. Oh, I think I turned off, let's see, deafened, I guess I'll do. I can't do, so it's going to do the last one. So anyway, there, we've gotten rid of the piece. We don't have any stacking. We don't have any removal. So we need to get the removal working. So let's figure that out. All right. I'm going to say this dot remove condition, and I'm going to pass in this dot condition glow, and I'm going to pass in player ID, and I'm going to pass in the frame index, which we're already counting here. I think that's all I need to do. I don't really need anything else there. So there's remove condition, and I want to duplicate that and get to this dot conditions with an S on it, like that. All right. Let's declare this. Jump into it. Sprites. I'm going to do a for each sprite in there. I want to say, hey, if sprite dot data equals player ID and sprite dot frame. Don't I have a frame index? Do I need to do that? That frame index equals frame index. Then what I want to do is I want to say sprite dot fade out now in 500 milliseconds. Shoot, what's wrong with my for each? For each does not exist on type sprites. All right, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I can certainly do this as a workaround. And okay, this I think needs to be of sprites of I right there like that. I think that's going to work. Let's see if that works. Let's take the front overlay. Let's refresh it. Refresh its data. Say blinded. When I said blinded, charm came up because I think up in the C# app, charm's still there. Let me try hitting charm to see if I can turn it off. Nice. Blinded, I'm going to turn it off. Cool, I'm going to hit deafened. Uh-oh. We have something remaining. It's not, hold on. Oh. I know what I need to do. Oh, shoot. The frame index isn't working on the glow. That's why the glow is sticking around. Because it's an animation. It's like I think we need a second piece of data to store with it. That's what I think I want to do. All right, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to add a new piece here called tag. If you're cringing like I am a little bit, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a great way to do this, but everywhere I'm getting blocked by a lot of code in a lot of places and a lot of searching. and the tag is solving the problem for me. So what that means then is I can come in here and I can say sprite.tag is equal to my frame index, like that. And then I can do the same thing down here, and then I can fix it very, very easily with just a few lines of code. I can get rid of that. Then up here, remove by, I guess I can keep this. And now we're just going to choose to compare not frame index, but tag. Let's change this to tag. Change this to data. Remove by data plus tag. I think that's going to work. Let's refresh it. Refresh. Get blinded. Turn it off. Blinded. It just comes in. Charmed. Deafened. Turn off deafened. Turn off charmed. And turn off blinded. All right, not bad. It's not stacking up. It's also it's off too far to the right. I need to move it to the left a bit because I want it to be just on the other side of that. Let's see if we can figure that out. We got that -7. Oh no, it's now just 7, isn't it? There it is, plate margin. Make sure targeting is still in the right spot. I think it's not. Nope, it's not. Darn it. Is that going to fix it? Let's make sure that, let's get the targeting is just in the right spots here. That fixed it. When it also fixed the positioning for the deafened icon. It's in the right spot now. It's just a little bit off. It's not bad. So let's look at Fred, targeting Fred. It's got to go behind the target. Let's put that that'll put it behind the target right there. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's, what's my time? I think I don't have enough time to pursue the next thing. Yeah, I don't. I need to stop right now. We'll get you a raid. And I will, we'll see you all on Tuesday, where we'll probably be working on getting these things to stack up, unless I can have time this weekend to attack it. I'm not sure I will. But that's what I think we'll be doing. And if not, I've got a to-do list of a whole bunch of other things to get out of here. Let's see. Let's get the raid going. We got a whole bunch of other things to keep us going for the rest of our days here on this. InstaFluff, I think we'll send you over to. Actually, before I do that, actually, I've never sent you over to James. I'm going to send you to James because we'll do that. All right, kids, have fun with James. We'll talk to you. Yeah, have a good weekend to you as well. And if you want to catch us live this weekend on Sunday, we're going to be up at Dragon Humpers. So give us a follow out there if you're not already. All right, see you kids later. It's on Tuesday or Sunday.